What happens if you get coronavirus? Every day, more and more of our neighbors and loved ones are being exposed to COVID 19. Today, I'm talking to Ed, who has recovered from the worst and is feeling better. Ed, thank you for being here today.
You're welcome.
When did you first start to feel sick, and what were the initial symptoms?
I had a fever over 102, a lot of body aches, felt like I got kicked by a horse kind of thing. I do work out 5 days a week, which is part of the reason why I think I weathered through this pretty well. I am in an age group that would be considered at risk. I'm 62, but I feel I'm a young 62 because of I work out about 5 days a week.
Were you able to get tested, and what was that process like?
Yeah, they instructed me to wait in my car. So I did. And then took about an hour. They came out, the woman had a full, you know, gown on and masks and everything else and gloves. And,
Did
uh,
she instruct you to get out of the car, or did she do it
no, I
with
had to
you?
show my driver's license through the window just to make sure it was me.
Mhm.
And then I cracked the door and she handed me a mask and gave me instructions to follow her into the building. Don't touch anything. She will open any door. She will put on any light, et cetera, et cetera. Just literally just follow her and don't touch anything with the mask on. That's all I had on was a mask.
You got the results back right there on the spot?
No, no, they had to test me for the two flus because that's protocol, I guess, to make sure you didn't have the normal influenza. They did that. One was and they also tested me for strep, which I knew I didn't have a sore throat all winter, so I was certain I didn't have strep, but that was normal protocol. And they tested me so for influenza A and B and strep. Those took maybe 10 minutes to get the results, but in the meantime, they did do the corona test also, which was a swab in each nostril. Little, I don't want to call it painful, but
Uncomfortable.
hard to hold back the couple tears, And then after that, she checked my congestion, said she was pleased that my congestion was not that bad at all, and this is a congestion type of virus. So
Mm.
that's the big worry, to not be able to breathe. So
You're not a smoker or anything like that either.
I'm happy to say I've never smoked in my life, actually.
What type of treatment plan were you under, and were you isolated? Were you isolating yourself?
But she said just stay, self quarantine, Tylenol, nothing other than Tylenol, zinc if I had it, which I happen to have it, and vitamin C, which I did not have, and I can't go to the store, so I never took vitamin C. But I got back, I was back to my house, and the only thing she did say was, other than the Tylenol, and if I got to the point at any time where I can't breathe, call 911. I never did get to that point. I had quite a few ups and downs over the course of 2 weeks.
Hmm.
The worst was the first day, which I already told you about, where I had the severe body aches, headache.
Are you fully recovered now?
Yeah, I haven't had a fever since last Monday, which is ironically the day I was told as positive. It did take 7 days. You asked that before. Early on, these tests took a long time. It took 7 days.
Oh, to get the results back.
Yeah. The only thing I do have is still a little bit of congestion, but no coughing fits, no fever, obviously a real important one.
Hmm.
And no chills, no body aches, no headache. Um, yeah, I don't know, 95%, I'd say. I have a little congestion in my lungs, but I never had a whole ton of congestion there other than an annoying cough for a while.
Hmm. Connecticut is a hot spot right now for coronavirus. How is your community coping with it?
Yeah, it's actually Fairfield County, which is the county that's closest to Manhattan in New York City. I haven't been out much, so I haven't been to my office in 2.5 weeks. We're all working from home other than the production people. My neighbor was kind enough at one point. I was pretty well set with food, but he got me some things from the market and left it on the porch, and I paid him with the online pay service, and so we didn't have to exchange money or anything like that.
What do you think about the media's coverage of this pandemic?
I just got done listening to Governor Cuomo, and he's been quite a hero in my mind. He makes a lot of sense and seems to be doing a lot of the right things. Not that anybody's doing the wrong things, but he's really grabbing the bull by the horns, in my opinion.
Is there any advice that you could give anyone that might be worried if they have coronavirus or not?
I can't speak for, there's different levels of the virus, obviously, and I not that I had a cakewalk, so to speak, but I didn't end up on a breathing apparatus. I mean, I didn't end up in the hospital, so I'm one of the lucky ones. Again, I attest a lot of it to my gym. So for future reference, I guess that's a good recommendation. But yeah, I mean, it's just listen to to your doctor or in a lot of common sense. And I know people are allowing contractors in their homes, or maybe they'll have the maid come over or something. It's not a good idea. This is a highly contagious thing. I have no idea how I got it. I usually travel a lot, and ironically, I've not traveled. I go to Germany even. I was on one plane trip in 2020, and it was in mid-January to Germany. So I didn't leave my town. I wasn't in Manhattan's only an hour and 20 minutes away. I have not been in Manhattan. I haven't left my town. But I got it. I don't know how I got it. Either my coworker probably got it since we both got it in the office. He got it from me, or I got it from him, but no idea. No idea how. But
It's great to hear that you're recovering from this, and thank you so much for talking with me today. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. I hope it provides some insight to some people.
I know it will. Thank you.
All right, take care.